Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine. Gonna be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the past.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson. We got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks, dude. What up, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, just posted up right now. Got back from Baja. Pretty sick little weekend, dude. Was down there for a buddy's 40th. You know what I learned, dude? I'm not a Baja guy. If you're going to Mexico, you got to be doing something a little bit illicit. You know what I mean? We went down there. We had a wonderful time. But the riskiest anyone got was like they did a horseback riding ride on the beach. I'm like, no, you got to drive an ATV a little drunk. You gotta get a hooker. You just gotta get one or three when you're down. If you're not doing that, I'm staying in Carlsbad. I'm sorry. I'm going to San Diego. They got everything I need. That's if you're going to Baja and you live in SoCal. Now, if you're not
painting a donkey to look like a jaguar,
yes, exactly, dude.
Then I'm staying in SoCal.
If I'm not buying, a fully reupholstered Lazy Boy chair with Green Bay Packers fake leather on it, I'm not going to Mexico. You understand? Those are the only reasons you go. Hookers and NFL paraphernalia. If I'm not seeing a donkey show with the same donkey that was painted as a jaguar with my kid 6 hours prior, I'm not going to Mexico. All right? And the donkey better be drilling somebody. All right?
I had joked that, when I traded in my Pathfinder to get my Xterra, that they told me they were like, we basically just resell these down in Tijuana. I was like, okay. Yeah. And then just imagined immediately in my own head that my car was going to be painted to look like a zebra. Like a donkey down in TJ.
Dude, I did see a few of those cars. Also so funny, like I was going to Mexico, all my conservative buddies, be careful. Have fun, but do be careful. Yeah. Then my other buddies texted me coming, how was it coming back? I was like, how was it coming back? Fucking fine. Yeah. Same as it's always been. Yeah. Like, yeah, TJ's crazy. Like literally like the level of poverty is like different when you look at like the homes that people build and everything like that. But like, yeah, it's fucking fine. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah. Relax. It's just there's just a lack of just regulation and like I mentioned with ATV riding. Like if I rent an ATV, like you can't do that on a beach in California, and it's probably smart. Like you could run someone over who's laying out. Like that could happen. Like that's the danger thing. Like no gangs coming for you. No. Oh, dude, I heard a few years ago, like a bunch of dudes hopped out of the back of a van on a highway with like AKs. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, you probably also heard someone got struck by lightning once.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like that seems like a very extreme story. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, it was a fun weekend. Weather was a little crummy, but good time, good food, great food, cool spots. It's a good place to unbutton another shirt. It's like Miami style, I take one button down on my shirt, I flare a little more chest hair. That's how you know. It's a Baja Strider, baby. Whole new persona.
I'm wearing a gold chain.
Yeah,
I'm opening the shirt a little more.
Yep. I'm just... yeah, man, I'm fucking, I'm doing a little, I want to have drugs on me, but I don't. But I want to sell drugs when I'm down there really bad. There's just something about it, Just so I brought creatine. It's like, you need creatine? You need to freaking get swole or what, dude? Just do a 3 milligrams. It's actually going to take about 3 weeks for this to kick in, but you're going to get a few extra reps, dude. Fucking, you need this I got monohydrate creatine, dude. That's what this powder is. What up? Let's go down and be a creatine dealer.
My dad got caught trying to bring penicillin back, which is just like, guys, it's an antibiotic. Like, we're just, in case one of us gets a sore throat, that's all.
That's nice to have.
It's not like...
Was that Benadryl? You getting tired? Dude, You know what they were doing a lot of advertisements for down there is like stem cell stuff.
Oh yeah.
And if you need a rejuvenation in your nether regions, TJ's your spot.
Really?
Saw a lot of good billboards for that.
Wow.
Yeah, legit.
You don't have to go all the way to Panama. That's cool.
Yeah, right across the border.
You don't have to do it in international waters.
Yeah, get yourself a Caesar salad.
That's where it was invented.
Exactly. All right, so our first segment today that I want to do is a little bit of Recast It today. And you know what movie I thought of? Although I just rewatched Heat, like I was telling you, a very sick movie.
Yeah.
She's got a great ass. One of the best lines in cinematic history. That's what I'd be doing to TJ. Going to the strip clubs and just saying, great ass to everyone. That's what I do. I deal creatine and I will out loud appreciate a woman's body in front of my wife. She doesn't like that. But I'll just do it about my wife. Honey, you got a great ass. Stop saying that every time I get up. What? I'm on vacation.
My shirt's unbuttoned.
Yeah, have you seen my shirt unbuttoned, my gold chain? Come on. And I'm railing lines of creatine.
Well, also they cut.
It's gonna give me a few extra pumps when we're making love tonight.
They cut from Heat. They cut the subplot of Pacino's character being a cokehead.
I mean, he seems like a cokehead in that movie.
Yeah, one scene would make that all make more sense.
Everything makes more sense because he's talking and he's up all the time.
Yeah,
and he is very agitated.
Yeah,
and then, does Pacino like snap in every movie that he's in? Because in Heat, dude, he's I gotta stay sharp.
Since 1990.
Boom, boom. He's like looking at the crime scene, and he's like snapping to punctuate every line.
Yeah, since he won the Oscar for Son of a Woman, he's kind of done that.
Yeah, that character's bled into everything.
Yeah, but I read the sequel novel, Heat 2, as it's called.
Nice.
Original title.
Extra hot.
The character does bumps in the book for sure.
Nice, dude. Creatine bumps.
Makes more sense.
Hell yeah, dude. De Niro's performance is great in that movie.
Yeah.
He's got a subtle performance.
Book's great. Buy Heat 2.
We need
Walk, Don't Run.
Run,
Don't Walk.
Fan fiction of De Niro from Cape Fear and Pacino from Scarface meeting up in a movie. That'd be nice. But speaking of movies, the movie that I want to recast today is a little movie from the same year as Heat. Funny enough, 1995, little movie called Congo.
Oh yeah,
baby. I was watching a video of like Robin Williams like interacting with gorillas, which was so sweet because there was like this depressed gorilla and Robin Williams went in there, Coco, and like went and cheered it up. Very sweet.
His caretaker had died.
Yeah. Okay, that's why. Yeah, missed his caretaker. Her caretaker. Sorry.
Yeah.
And she like took Robin Williams' glasses and was playing. I'm like, dude. What an amazing thing for Robin Williams to do.
Also, borderline terrifying.
Dude, the gorilla
that is a gorilla.
It could have murdered him at any point.
Yeah.
It could have murdered him at any point. Also, Robin Williams loves sadness, dude. He has a lot of, that energy in his characters. And of course, had a lot of pathos. Rest in peace. He was a freaking genius. But if you haven't seen Congo, this movie's a fun one. I don't want to, it's obviously spoiler alert to a degree. Actually, I won't give away the ending because I kind of don't remember it, but the general conceit is there's this doctor, Karen Ross, played by Laura Linney. She wants to go study, like she's employed by this evil corporation to find these diamonds in the lost city, like a lost golden city, but like what exists instead of gold is like these rare diamonds. But what happens is in this lost golden city are these super gnarly, like evil gorillas that are like albino that live there. And
ugly gorillas.
Yeah, ugly gorillas. Yeah, with Amy, the main gorilla, and like the main caretaker guy, played by Dylan Walsh, Dr. Peter Elliott.
From Nip Tuck.
Yep, that's his big claim to fame. He brings this gorilla along to do like research.
Yeah,
and so they're like,
and she's wearing like a power glove that can read her sign language and vocalize it.
Yes, smart move for the movie to do that. So I don't have to have subtitles for when the gorilla speaks. Very smart move. Amy, love you. Amy, scared. And anyway, and Tim Curry,
ugly gorillas.
Does Tim Curry represent like the company? He's there on like the company's secret agenda.
Financier, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's like diamonds
Romanian billionaire or whatever.
And he wants to like weaponize it, right? Like they have like a laser weapon they can create, and then there's also like it can power global communication, like is the benevolent thing, but then it also could be a weapon. One of the sickest scenes in the movie is like she sets up this like perimeter from the guerrillas who come in and attack them at night, and it's all like motion censored machine guns. And I remember as a kid being like, that was the sickest scene I've ever seen in my life. It was rad.
They also get attacked by a hippo.
Yes, which actually that is the most aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has the most kills of any animal in the animal kingdom. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, but you know what is the number one?
Mosquitoes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah. I mean, we are, but mosquitoes.
Yes,
right
yes. if we're excluding man from the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to recast this movie where you have to go up against, discover, super powerful, valuable hidden gems in a lost city in the middle of the Congo jungle.
Don't forget Ernie Hudson as well as their guide.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
love him. He's awesome. I would almost cast him with like Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah, 100% Sterling K.
He's a beast. Let's get him in. It might be too small a role, but he's super jacked. Yep. If you saw Paradise, the show that he's in, not a great show. Honestly, great premise,
it's fun.
But episodically, so boring. It's all backstory. Every episode is all backstory.
Every show now is all flashbacks.
Exactly. I'm like, dude, let's go. So annoying, but you do see his ass in the bone scene, and you're like, this guy's jacked. Laura Linney, who do you put as Laura Linney? Who's like a 35 to 40-year-old?
Do you go Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway could easily do it.
Yeah. Bryce Dallas Howard. I mean, it's pretty much
I would see her a little more act with like the Jurassic Park style role.
Pretty much the Jurassic World character.
I think that's the move. Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Dylan Walsh. Maybe like a. For some reason, I'm thinking John Barenthal, but he's too rugged.
No,
like
he's too rugged. Yeah.
He needs to be like a scientist, but also have a little bit of like.
Barenthal would be in the Ernie Hudson role.
Yes, he'd be Ernie. Yes.
Yeah. Like. I mean, I thought Paul Rudd for a second, but he's probably too old.
Yeah, he might. It's funny. He's aging. With grace.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look it, but.
Who could be like a nerd dick, but also kind of badass, and like would get along well with animals? Who's probably around 35 to 40 because this is a love interest too, kind of.
I mean,
there's energy, there's chemistry.
It's going to be
has to have chemistry with Bryce Dallas Howard.
It's going to be Glenn Powell.
No, Glenn Powell's like too.
I know that's what Hollywood would do.
Yeah, totally. And you're like, he's the scientist. You're like, no, get out of here, dude.
Nuclear physicist.
He's not the scientist guy. I want to say like Nathan Fillion, but he's too old.
He's too old, yeah.
The most fun guy to recast here is going to be Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Who's like the wily, it's almost like a Walton Goggins. Yeah. I'm just thinking because they both can have like strange smiles.
Yeah.
But Walton Goggins is not as much of a character actor as Tim Curry is.
I'd say he is.
Yeah. I just hold Tim Curry in such high esteem.
Yeah, I mean, he's... it's a shame the shape he's in right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I'm trying to think. Who's got a face like that?
Yeah, who's got the face, dude?
In their 40s. Or not 40s. They're 50s, 60s now.
What's his face? Who's got the ultimate face? The goblin? Peter Parker.
Willem Dafoe.
But he might be too old, too.
Yeah, he might be by now.
Peter Parker.
Geez.
Shit.
Like Bob Hoskins would have been great, obviously, back in the day. I'm sure he was up for the role. I'm trying to picture
Bob Hoskins.
Roger Rabbit?
Oh, yeah.
He was one of those great character guys.
It's all shows. I'm trying to think of who's
Philip Seymour Hoffman would have fucking ate that role.
Oh, he would have been a fucking beast, and he would be a beast.
Doing that accent, he would have loved it.
He would have been such a beast.
Yeah. I always think of that movie when they get caught by the they get caught by like soldiers or something, and one of the guys on the expedition goes like, "This is so Kafka," and the one guy, the rebel guy, goes, "Who is Kafka?" I always think of that line.
Isn't it funny when there's just like those lines that stick with you?
Yeah.
Who is Kafka?
Who is Kafka?
Hilarious.
Damn, who's like, because they gotta be kind of out of shape. They're not meant to be on this trek.
Yeah. Like bookish, but like secretly has abs.
Oh no, I'm not thinking. I'm thinking.
Oh, you're
of
thinking Tim Curry
yeah.
still? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Odd character type.
Why don't we bring? Let's bring Tobey Maguire back from the scrap heap.
Yeah, he's got like a little bit of like a strange face and energy that he could be doing something. I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, his successor is Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield.
It's funny that
He's
we're in
not
the
jacked.
Spider-Verse here because I said that Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield he could be the Dylan Walsh guy. You could get Andrew Garfield in there. Yep. He'd be a good pick for it.
Yeah. Driver just looks too big.
No, yeah, Driver is...
I watched a Driver movie. Did you ever see 65 Million?
The dinosaur one? I did not.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's enjoyable.
It's like, I think they were like, I was on a flight where they were really pushing that movie. And I didn't even do it then.
It's on Hulu. It's not bad. It's like, it's fine for what it is.
And I'm past my disdain for...
Driver.
Yeah, for people that... Yeah, exactly. I love Driver now. All right.
The one I did watch that of his that I did not like was The Dead Don't Die, the Jim Jarmusch zombie movie. Fell asleep.
I do like Jim Jarmusch.
I do too. It was boring.
Shoots action well.
For a zombie movie, it was bad.
I'm excited for the 28 months or years later to coming out. That's going to be so sick. It's going to be so sick. You know who could be the Tim Curry is Cillian Murphy. If he would do it.
Yeah.
If he would do it. Is it Killian or Cillian?
Killian, yeah.
Cillian Murphy. He's got a face.
Yeah.
He could do it.
He's got a face that looks like he's got a past.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Mm-hmm. He's got a face, like with stakes. You see him and there's a backstory to this guy's face.
Yeah. Get a beard on him or something.
Yes.
A mustache, something.
Yes. He's a guy who has an agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to play for history first names. Give me just any first name and do some quick off-the-cuff research. Can be a guy or a girl. Anything that pops in your mind.
Oliver Platt would also be good.
Oliver Platt would be excellent. I think he has. He might be. He's getting up there too, these guys.
Yeah.
They're almost contemporaries.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who are Cillian Murphy even too. He's probably around
Oliver Platt is technically part of the Brat Pack.
Really?
He's in Flatliners with all those guys.
Dude, I love Oliver Platt. Yeah. He's a great actor, man.
Yeah, he's great.
Him in Three Musketeers is the best.
Lake Placid.
Great movie.
Yeah.
So good. The weird lady with her dinosaur pet.
Betty White.
Yeah, is it Betty White?
Yeah, it's Betty White.
Amazing. Yeah. All right. Any first name?
Any first name?
Hmm?
Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane, the Punisher.
He could play the Tim Curry role.
Is he too badass though?
It's a stretch for him to do a accent like that. I'm sure he'd put on some weight or something. He looks his age.
Frank Grillo. Let's just cast this whole movie with dudes that are badass, dude. John Barenthal, Frank Grillo, Thomas Jane, all these actors who are like kind of like also like box in their spare time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just put them all in the same movie, dude. I think that's what that show, like The Last Ship, is just that. Just all those type of dudes. Okay, here we go.
What's his name?
Okay,
Jared Harris from Chernobyl.
Love that actor.
Yeah,
dude, he would be a great pick for it.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's great.
He's awesome. And then the Skarsgård dad could be like the evil businessman.
Skarsgård, yeah.
Yep. Okay. I'm going people from history with the name Thomas.
Oh, okay.
You know what's the first one that's going to pop up in your dome with our American...
Jefferson.
Yes, Jefferson.
Yeah.
But you also got your boy Edison.
Yeah.
You got your boy Thomas Paine.
Yeah.
Who was the writer of the Fuck, what was that book that he wrote? Jeez, man, I can't believe I'm blanking on this. But it was like, did he write an almanac?
It is escaping me as well.
Yes.
Thomas Paine.
He wrote like social commentary and satire back in the day. Maybe one of the first great American comedians. You could write an essay on that. Don't know if I agree with it, but you could write an essay on that. A lot of dudes in the American Revolution named Thomas.
I think I misspelled it. I'm not even sure who I've got now.
I clicked on one of the worst, lamest websites that gave me zero information on Thomas Paine.
Yeah, this is not right. Shit. Is he an I? Is he an I-N?
Paine.
Yeah. Nope.
I want to get a deep cut Thomas.
Oh, there we go. What am I doing?
Oh, Tennessee Williams is actually a Thomas. I didn't know that. Thomas Lanier Williams. Probably saying his middle name wrong.
Thomas Paine wrote Common Sense.
That's it, Common Sense.
Yeah. Early philosophical, political philosophical guy.
Those are your main
Thomas
dudes.
Aquinas?
St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm actually confirmed Catholic. When I did my confirmation, Thomas Aquinas is my name. Thomas.
Oh, I
But
stuck with
based on
Aaron.
Thomas Aquinas. Smart.
I was thinking of some other stuff, but I didn't do it.
Tom Brady, bro. Freaking Tom Brady. Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are beasts. Tom Holland. What up, Spider-Verse? Keeping it right. Keeping it
Keeping it in
real,
there.
dude. You know what I'm saying? And of course, your boy, Tom Cruise.
T. Cruz.
Maverick, bro.
I'm going to go see the new movie this weekend.
I'm going to see it too.
I just rewatched the first one. So good.
The first one is incredible. It probably has like the most iconic, the sweat drop scene with the glove is one of the most iconic scenes.
Oh, I meant Dead Reckoning Part 1. But
Oh,
yeah, I've seen Mission Impossible 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know, some of the movies are kind of bad in that world.
I don't
like
know.
number 2 is not good.
Yeah, it's odd, but the John Woo of it is so fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll take a John Woo movie.
And then Philip Seymour as the villain is the best.
In 3, yeah, he's
I'll
incredible.
find her. I'll hurt her.
Yeah.
Who do you love?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hurt her. I'm gonna find her. It's just so good, dude.
Owen Davian is his character's name.
The Owen Davian, that's an amazing name.
Yeah.
All my passwords are going to be Owen Davian now. If anyone wants to hack me, all my passwords are Owen Davian 69420. Try
Famous
to guess the capital letters.
famous Armenian Philip Seymour Hoffman. Davian kind of sounds Armenian.
Yeah, it's true.
Depending on how it's spelled.
Dude, so today,
Also, the greatest Mission Impossible Fallout, where they would not release Henry Cavill to go back and reshoot a little bit for Superman, and wouldn't let him shave his mustache, so they had to digitally remove it, and it looks so silly in Justice League.
so stupid, dude.
Also, a scene they didn't need at the beginning of the movie, but whatever.
No. But the fight sequence is pretty sick between Cavill and Cruz.
Oh yeah.
That's a good fight sequence. Love seeing that, dude. Love seeing Superman freaking throwing some brawn punches around.
Yeah.
This new Superman looks pretty sick, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'll see it.
Not gonna lie. But Superman, just as a knock, it's just always like they got to do something different, which it looks like they're doing in this one with like the journalist aspect stuff. But like,
It seems like they're throwing a lot at it, though. There's a lot of villains in this thing.
but yeah, dude, I saw there's like a billion, like a space dinosaur and all this shit. I'm like, what's going on? But like, with Superman, it's like you're gonna lose your powers for a little bit. You're gonna get beat up. Then you're gonna get your power back. Then you're gonna win. It's just always so predictable.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm a dumb idiot, and give me the good food candy for my mind. Give me the candy for my mind. Today we're going to talk about energy. I also took a road trip out to the desert, Palm Desert. For those of you listening, the Indio Coachella Valley. where Coachella, the music festival, takes place now, is in Desert Springs, which is different part, like Joshua Tree. That area of the United States is kind of what I'm talking about here. And when you're driving out there, you hit a certain part on the 10 where you see all these windmills, and they're giant.
Yeah.
Like your brain, you go past them and you're like, there's the huge post. Imagine Joe Marusi's hog.
Yeah.
And then imagine that on steroids.
Yeah.
It's so big. And the blades or rudders, whatever the hell you call them, are massive.
Yeah.
Like they're bigger than airplanes.
Yeah.
These things. Just catching and there's like thousands of them.
Yeah.
It
is super windy there too, so it's like catching them perfectly.
It's perfect.
The mountains. Yeah.
Every different angle. It's just, and the ones far away look tiny, and you're like, how far away is that? Because I'm up close to one, and it's huge.
Yeah.
It's like your car looks so tiny compared to it. Like, how did you even build this and get this here? And then it made me think, I'm like, this is ancient energy, dude. And then I thought,
Natch energy.
Dude, it's natch. It's all natch. This is the freaking big tittied goth of energy, dude.
You want to see some big naturals.
You want some big naturals, dude. Big titties goths.
You head out past the Cabazon dinosaurs.
Yeah. You go where Pee-wee's Adventure is. That show's coming out too. You go past where that scene takes place. And you see a lot of goths in the desert, by the way. You wouldn't think this.
No.
Palm Desert, a lot of goths.
Saw a bunch at Disneyland too.
Goths are always at Disney. Why do they love joy? They're supposed to like be into the morbid, but for some reason they love Disney.
I was, of course,
talk about contradictions.
I was, of course, in line for Haunted Mansion when I saw them.
That makes sense.
But yeah,
it makes sense. It's like you're a goth kid and you're trying to yell at your parents for not understanding you. You don't understand you. Yeah. Pick a lane. What are you going to, a rave or are you going to Disneyland? Honestly, if it's my teenage kid, I'd rather have him going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of goths. A lot of goths in the desert. A lot of goths at Disney. See a goth on Autopia still not smiling, but enjoying themselves. You see a goth in yoga? Whoa. Interesting. Angry dudes in yoga. I like to imagine my dad doing yoga, like a businessman doing yoga. It's interesting. All businessmen are stiff.
Yeah.
I think that's why they call them stiffs, don't they? Fucking suit.
Yeah.
Go stretch. Yesterday I went out for my B-Day dinner. I'm getting a little sidetracked, but I saw a man having a martini sitting pretzel leg on a patio. Something about it made me mad.
Martini, crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then I respected it. At first I was like, don't do that.
Shoes on, shoes off.
Shoes on, which is good. I wanted to push him into the koi pond behind him.
I respect it more if he shoes off.
I would too.
I mean, do the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you're doing a bit, do the whole bit.
I agree.
Commit.
But he was older and he was able to sit pretzel leg comfortably. I'm like, you know what? Damn it.
Yeah.
The hip mobility on that guy, he's going to go home and take care of his wife.
Sure.
I like that. I was almost going to have to call in a favor. Hey, you want to meet my wife? Nice lady. You guys, let's get to talk.
$1 million.
What are you doing? Teach me a few things. Yeah, exactly. I have an indecent proposal for you, sir.
You give me $1 million.
You give me, exactly. You give me 1 million and you get to plow me in front of my wife.
Whole movie's the same, just Woody Harrelson asks instead of is offered.
Yeah. Okay. But energy through the ages. And I'm not talking obvious stuff. But just to put it out, right now your mind might be like, okay, manpower. That's the number one energy source for thousands of years. Then you're probably thinking, okay, fire is energy. But could they have used this heat to power other devices like we do? Mm-hmm. Like maybe how they used natural gas. And natural gas, which is just, energy and carbon trapped in, fossils and built up in pressure over time, then it's released. And there's evidence of, especially in China, going back to 5,000 BC, using you would think coal is the Industrial Revolution, and that is the main sort of turning point when man uses heavy industry in power plants. But there's evidence And this is research done out of a little university called UC San Diego. What up, go Tritons? My Tritons. Where this guy talks about villages in a certain time frame, like carbon dating area, just based on like the fires that they used of coal burning, where he's kind of like sort of like, you know, really teasing his thesis here, but he's like, this coal that they're using isn't just wood or coal that they picked up off the ground that burnt pretty well, but he's like, this is coal and sort of natural gas trapped in this form that was mined by certain villages were like of the same site, but thousands of years later they discovered and learned and discovered better coal, and then went to that area, mined it, brought it back, and then powered. It wasn't crazy machinery. Like I want to be like, they fucking made a plow or like a turbine, and then like a windmill that was generated. Like, no, they would have hot baths.
Oh,
so like you would think thousands of years ago, you're like, everyone's taking cold plunges. It's like, no, you could have a hot bath. You're harnessing fire. You could have had that as soon as you had wood burning fire, right? Mm-hmm. But this would burn at a better rate and overnight, and you wouldn't have to go chop down 1 billion trees. It was less. So in a sense, it was harnessing better power because you were able to lessen the burden of manpower, use less manpower to go do it, whether yourself or obviously manpower in ancient civilizations was slave labor. That powered everything. And then once you know, there's great books on this. Like, did we, what's the term for it? Yuval Noah Harari is a genius about it, where he's like, did we domesticate wheat, or did wheat domesticate us? There's two sides to that coin, but with that comes livestock, and then animal power is huge, right? So animal power, manpower go hand in hand. And this takes us to another region of the world, actually two, temple building civilizations, pyramids, both in Egypt, and then also like the more terraced ziggurat style pyramids in the Americas. A lot of these things, still to this day, experts are like, how did we move these stones? How did they do these precise cuts? So the precise cuts, they're still not certain on, which is sketchy. So it had to be aliens. Obviously. Yeah. Obviously had to be tiny little aliens with big dicks.
Not smart humans.
Not smart humans.
That are brown.
Exactly. That's one of my buddy's favorite bits. This guy, Devin Fields, he's like, tiny white aliens come help these people out. Yeah. It's really hilarious.
I thought they found that, like, to move large stones or objects in sand, you just pour a little water up front.
Aaron, it's water.
Yeah.
It's water.
Yeah.
And it's irrigation, because the Nile River Delta, they've found elaborate irrigations with where they could control water flow, store water underground for like drought times, tons of that, and then also float objects. So with displacement. So they could have very well built these temples down below, flooded bottom layers, and then they're like, oh, you have to carry this stuff to the top with pulleys and ropes. It's like, no, you can fill it in with sand, flood, and float stones down from different areas or along the river, and just bring them right on up, and then float them up to the area, rather than using like woolly mammoth manpower or even like pulley and rope systems, which I'm sure were incorporated as well. But it's like, oh yeah, that makes like perfect sense. Now, could I do that or think of it? No, but some scientist who isn't distracted by goth moms breastfeed could probably be doing that, because he's focused, and he has a pharaoh who's like, I'll execute your family if you don't figure it out, but also I'll reward your family with abundance because you're a smart mind.
And you're not distracted by
Instagram. And then we'll go conquer these peoples next to us and make them be the manpower as well.
Yeah. You're not watching football on Sunday?
No, there is no
pyramid.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're gonna chill. You're not doing 2 hands up, touchdown is good. No, you're doing 1 hand down, 1 hand other, walking like an Egyptian. That's what you're doing every single day. So that was very dank of me. I was very stoked when I was researching that. I got stoked in the middle of the night. I go, whoa. My wife goes, what happened? You see a ghost? I go, no, calm down. It's okay. I believe in ghosts. Actually, I do. Then, coming full circle, I go, what about windmills? I go, okay, I want to bring this back. I want to figure out where are the windmills in ancient times. Turns out, it's also cool because there's independent, that very same methodology of floating to build temples in stone. Also, there's evidence of that in the Americas.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of underwater caves and shit.
Cenotes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sick snorkeling and sick. You could get guano down your snorkel hole in a cenote down there.
No,
so all the bats are up there. You're looking down at a fish, looking up at a bat. Pretty cool.
I'm not doing it.
I know. I did it once.
No caves.
Almost boked.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a big spelunker, dude.
No.
Also a good password, spelunking. Also sounds like something you got to pay for. Also something you got to pay. You got to subscribe to on Big Titties Goths OnlyFans. Now these first windmills, they said they're developed in Persia for pumping water. This is how you can pump water into there. So in Egypt, they're using windmills to pump water into these irrigation systems to then float these rocks up. You didn't realize I was going to tell you how the pyramids were built today on this episode, did you?
No.
You thought you were just going to get into a little bit of talk about Congo. We're really getting into it now. This is all theory. Also for grinding grain. Boom. Making bread. Making fucking tortillas. Dank. Tortillas were actually probably done with corn in the Americas, but you could be having a flour tortilla, which honestly, I learned that Tex-Mex is just white Mexican food. That's all it is. I went and did shows in Texas, asked an entire hundreds of people, maybe I said this on a different podcast, what's the difference? To a bunch of Texans, and they're all like, I think you guys have more avocado in California. So I'm like, yeah, no, Tex-Mex is just whiter Mexican food. And maybe they use that like Oaxacan style cheese a little bit more, but that's Oaxacan style. Anyways, I digress. Then you have these first horizontal axis windmills, which is kind of like the pinwheel that you imagine, like a Dutch cool looking. That like appears in Western Europe around 1300. Also for, moving water. It's not really powering. Like you don't have that. The main thing of power that you really want to encapsulate in your mind is taking this natural energy that then has some sort of converter, which you need like electricity for, to then create electricity and something conductive, and then maybe even a battery to store it, which I still think we struggle to this day, even converting solar and storing solar. Yep. Like we can use solar, but when the sun's up, we still haven't cracked the code on like what's a great battery. Whoever does that's going to be a bajillionaire.
I mean, if you want to spend $8,000 on a Tesla battery.
Yeah, exactly.
No thanks.
No, but even then you have to recharge it. And you have to recharge it by plugging it in. I'm saying like if you can just take solar like in your home, have it gather energy during daylight hours, then at night, even keep it for a few hours. They have a little limited thing, but like for a couple of days even, and get off that grid, that would be the next level.
They have that.
They have that?
Yeah. Tesla has batteries, and then there's other ones that have come out since then.
And can store it for a long time? Is it affordable?
You end up using it before you...
That's what I was gonna say.
It's like, you're spending $20,000 to put solar panels on your house, and then you want to spend another $8,000 on a battery. I didn't.
No, you don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
And how much can you really store it on? And are you fully off the grid?
No, but more.
It's nice.
At night, you wouldn't need to use it at night. The grid, which I am.
I love that you're on that.
It's still a ton of savings.
Yeah. I've got solar. I pay $100. I'm renting. I'm like, I have $100 solar fee. What the fuck is that? Because my landlord decided to put it up?
That's about what I pay.
Yeah, but I'm renting.
I know.
Now I'm going to call my manager now.
I'm saying the price is not unreasonable.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. That actually makes me feel better.
Yeah. He's not like ripping you off.
In the 1850s, actually my new property manager is a good guy. John, what up? Shout out, dude. This guy, Daniel Halliday, he designs in the American West also in the 1850s. A lot of these windmills like that we see in Palm Springs, that's what's powering the American West. And that's like where you kind of get these wind engines. Now, he developed like a wind engine that can like keep going with a rudder and like has actual some conversion, because that's when street lights and gas, really it's gas lamps. I mean, honestly, electricity doesn't really come around fully until probably the
turn of the century.
Yeah.
Edison.
Yep. Beast, one of our Thomas's episodes coming full circle. I love when it works out like that.
Yeah.
In any case, this professor, by the way, when I was talking earlier, I wanted to say this. The guy from UC San Diego, his last name is Dank. Fucking legit, dude.
Yeah.
He says this goes back to, the site is called, oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Professor's name is Hugh J. Dong.
Dude, I'm going to change my name legally to that. Just get a new passport. The site is called Jirinchoku. I think I've heard of that before. Jirinchoku. It's looking like I had a brain injury. It's sounding like I had a brain injury when I was trying to pronounce that. A lot of this natural gas I was talking to, that was more for the coal burning. That was at that Jirinchoku site in China. And natural gas also does exist. There's evidence of it as early in ranging in different parts of the world. Like I mentioned China already, but also Azerbaijan, which is one of my... Azerbaijan you probably know from F1. They do F1 races there, but also there was natural gas back in the day. People are saying 500 BC, like commonly, people agree on that. There's other scientists that are saying 6,000 BC. This guy Dong is saying 4,000 BC at his site. It's used in the 1st century AD in Persia, is when they have a lot of evidence of it. And just being able to control flame. I mean, huge.
Huge.
The Greeks in the 8th century at the Temple of Apollo have a natural gas vent in the temple for the at Delphi.
Is that good for you?
Probably not.
For you to inhale?
Probably not. Just all these guys getting high on that.
It's
Ancient America.
It's not carbon monoxide, but it can't be great.
Also, I got to give a shout out to
sucking off a bus.
Just go to the Temple of Apollo and get high, dude.
Yeah, I see the Oracle.
Speaking of high, yeah, exactly. That's how you do see the Oracle. That's how you see these visions, dude.
Yeah,
they're getting you high in
300.
there.
They get the girl high.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That does power man too in the Americas. Like, speaking of energy, I'm speaking of like, energy on an industrial level, but to like actually power the dudes themselves, the coca leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking cocaine.
Yeah.
Ancient cocaine. Also helped you with altitude. In like the Andes, they would use it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I learned about something called electroplating and something known as the Baghdad battery. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
So found in 1938 by a German archaeologist. Very good. Oh, this is triumphant. Look what I have found. Good. Oh, yes, it's a Baghdad battery. Good. He found it 2,000 years ago. Oh, excuse me. He found it in 1938. This thing is 2,000 years old. Estimation, of course. It's a clay jar and has copper cylinder and an iron rod, and it's filled with a weak acid like vinegar. And this combination produces around 1 volt of electricity. So the ancients did have electricity. Now, did they use it to power like a ancient cart barrow with 1 wheel on it and let it go? No, they were still using slave power, still easier.
Yeah.
On those in control.
At that size, it's got to be home use.
Yeah.
1 volt?
Yeah, 1 volt, maybe for a dildo. Maybe for a vibrator.
Saying, yeah.
Maybe this ancient dude in Baghdad was sitting on it, a rod.
If it even.
And he's like, this is rad.
What does this AA battery have in it? I probably can't even read it.
Yeah, how many volts is a AA battery? Remember the 9-volt battery, the cool looking one?
Yeah.
That like nothing goes in. Somehow at home in my drawer, there was always just 9 volts, never AA's. But this electroplating, they would use a similar process to this Baghdad battery, but this, in my research, was found in the Americas, and actually a empire known as the Moche.
Man, I can't read this small print. Sorry.
It's all right, no worries. They independently developed electroplating outside of Baghdad, which is Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization. That's what we're talking about there. Early man, early big settlements. And in the Americas, they're using it to gild. So they're using this electrical process to be able to manipulate the metals kind of melt them down rather than like heat in like a mortar or something like that, or like how you would see like a blacksmith use molten or like forge a weapon or sword. They were doing this long before what we would call the Copper Era, the Bronze Era, Middle Era. These, actually the Moche Empire is kind of around that bronze, but there is potentially evidence for usage before where they're taking gold and just mainly using it more for decorative purposes, but they're using energy for decoration and art, which is a cool application of electricity. So in my research through energy through the ages, I realized the ancients did have electricity, which is sick. Mm-hmm. Now on a small scale.
Yeah.
But they had it, and was mainly used for design, not actually to power any of their, monuments that we've since discovered, which you would like to think they used a steam engine or a coal engine or something like that. But no, they used it for mainly just design, which is sick.
According to Google, a standard AA battery is 1.5 volts.
So if you find 2 Baghdad batteries, you can power an Xbox controller. Think about that.
Or a dildo.
Or a dildo. And a nice one. An ancient stone, a limestone dildo. Brought down the Nile.
Not a Hitachi magic wand. You got to plug that in the wall.
Mm-hmm. Brought down the Nile to go right up your delta. So that fired me the fuck up to learn that, and just about this ancient energies. And kind of a way I tackled my research was like, a lot of these ancient inventions are like irrigation, like aqueducts and stuff like that, which kind of, okay, we're going to count that a little bit, but I want it like, I was like, what's an ancient power plant look like? And it kind of looks like a windmill that can then power some irrigation and pump systems. I mean, dude, the ancient Assyrians or, maybe it wasn't Assyrians, but dudes had like scuba stuff. They would take like goat stomachs, and like soldiers would like, there was like underwater Navy SEALs back in the day, like 5,000 years ago. Great. That's sick. That fires me up. And we know about that because of what we've seen in stone glyphs, mm-hmm. Petroglyphs. So very, very fucking sick. Maybe more so carvings than petroglyphs. Maybe petroglyphs means like painting only. I don't know if it technically means embedded in the stone. I don't know, but very, very gnarly. Just to think about like this cool shit that the ancients had. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes me think like maybe there was technology got so far, and then a global event, catastrophe, killed off all these people, and we've had to start over.
Yeah, it's kind of like that book where the creators of Game of Thrones did that show 3 Bodies problem. Mm-hmm. Is kind of tackles that, but like on a space age level rather than ours, where it's like because I won't give away the spoiler, but like they have to keep restarting civilization. But where we are, yeah, we have one body, like meaning suns and moons or whatever, so it doesn't create as much chaos in their system as in this alien system. But like our civilization will just advance and advance and advance and become like the best because it's more stable here. But like you said, yeah, if you have stability, it would be really interesting to think how far these ancients would have come. Maybe we would have been even way more advanced had the crazy global event not happened.
Yeah, like the ice ages or whatever.
Yeah. We'd all have little Baghdad batteries on our butts, just, friggin' achieving all the time. And it'd be world peace because we'd all have post-nut clarity. We'd be like, oh, we're chill, dude, hold on. I'm getting angry. Let me hit my battery. Oh, okay, I'm chill. That's what we need for world peace, dude. Because the main source of energy in every civilization is horniness.
100%.
It fuels everything. Mm-hmm. Without that drive, nothing gets done.
Yep.
Why get more resources? Why get more power? Why create more comfortability? Why have to go out and take from others, conquer others? Why? Horniness. It all comes down to that.
Yep.
And that fires me up. It also fires me up for this little final segment. I want to do a thank call, dude. And I want to thank call the car wash. You know, working in valet, a lot of people, they come back. The only time you get a call is when someone says, hey, I think I noticed a ding or something like that. And then we check the cameras and it's like, it was there 2 weeks ago. You rolled in with this, like it didn't happen here. No one, I imagine it's the same at a car wash. No one ever calls back and says, dude, thank you. My ride looks sick. I'm feeling more confident. So I got to call this Burbank car wash here and let them know they did a great job. Thank them for my ride.
Can you turn that phone up a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Magnolia Car Wash, how can I help you?
What up, dude? Hey, my name's Strider, and I brought my car in there about 2 days ago. And
okay.
I just want to say that I just want to thank you guys. You guys did a great job. The car looks fresh. It's so sick. In fact, my father-in-law was in town. I had to pick him up from the airport, and he appreciated my clean car. He said, this is nice. He's like, he even thought that I provided a nice home for his daughters, you know. So that was legit. So
that's so sweet of you. Thank you. I mean, thank you. Most people call for opposite reasons, saying we didn't do a good enough job.
No, you guys, honestly, dude, and the vibe you guys create where you wait was legit, dude. Like I was journaling there. I probably shouldn't admit that I journal, but I was journaling there and having a lot of like just clarity. Yeah, great energy. Yeah. I was in one of those massage seats that you guys got. So
you went on one of the massage seats?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that it worked out like that way. Hopefully we see you soon, and we appreciate. Appreciate you.
You will see me soon because actually I got nailed by we actually went down to the beach. I got nailed by a seagull right on my windshield. Fat old bird doogie. So I'll be back, which they say is luck though. So I'll be back.
Perfect. We'll see you soon, brother. Thank you so much, G.
Bro,
have a good one.
Thank you, dude.
Bye.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
That's just nice.
Genuinely tickled.
That guy is a good dude. And what did I say? People call for the opposite reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to call another car wash just to spread them some stoke right now, dude. Why not? Just make up that I was there and just see, hey, you know what? I'm just going to put in car wash. Let's see.
You guys can all do this too, you Danktorians.
Yeah.
Write a nice Yelp review.
Yeah.
Leave a good comment. You can do this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to call anybody. It's freaky to call people.
Yeah. I'm weird. You don't have to do this. I'm weird. Also, it's my thing.
Express Car Wash.
What up, dude? My name's Strider, and I just want to say I brought my car in there about a day or two ago, and dude, you guys did a great job. I mean, I'm feeling more confident in my day-to-day life that you guys did such a sick, legit job on the car, so I want to thank you guys.
That's great, but I think you're calling the wrong location. This is Express Wash and no one works there. It's all self-service.
Oh, so it's closed down?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Who closed down?
Oh, you guys closed down?
No, we're open. We have a line right now. It's a 1 hour wait.
Really?
It's an express car wash, sir. This is Burbank Express Car Wash.
Oh, so you just like drive through?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, well, you guys got the sickest machines. You guys have the sickest machines?
Oh, yeah, the machine's excellent, but there is nobody there as a person.
Yeah. No. I mean, like you guys, so far as like your operation was very legit. And
I see. I'm sorry. I thought sometimes people call a different car wash trying to say something, but I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Yeah, the machine's great. We're going to add another one very soon.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, people are always calling car washes with negative vibes. Dude, I'm telling you, you guys have, it's a great vibe, dude. It's a great place to journal. I
wish you would post a review because people they have a bad day, they just put bad reviews. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't see us as a person, so they don't have we don't have a reputation unless it's a machine.
They just see you guys as machines.
We get everything. We get good and bad. But if you want to thank me, I really appreciate it. God bless you. Thank you. But I would like you to put a review if possible. I mean, you don't have to, but if you would, that would increase my rating, definitely.
I will. I'll give you
Thank you so much.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you so much.
You guys are more than machines, dude. So I'm fired up on you guys. Staying stoked, and I'll be back. Maybe not now because it's an hour wait, but I'm happy that business is good.
We care for what's gonna go in the machine. Like, we care for all the cars. We don't have scratches on the cars. We use very expensive chemicals like conditioners and stuff to prevent dirt to get stuck on a brush or get conditioned, all that stuff. So whatever you see, it's actually right.
Hell yes. Well, dude, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate your vibe, and I appreciate that hopefully you got a little bit stoked, because I'm stoked on my ride. Like I was saying, my father-in-law saw it, and he actually respected me more because I take care of my car. And he looked at it and he's like, good, and maybe you'll take care of my daughter with as much care. And I go, even more, dude.
Perfect. Well, we're just going to get better and better. That's all.
Sick. Cool, dude. Well, dude, have a sick weekend. Hopefully you get a good burger for Memorial Day, and I'll see you at the car wash, dude.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the call. God bless.
You too, man. God bless.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Dude, that's what's up, dude. Dude, that's a great vibe, dude.
We're all just machines.
Dude, we're machines. And then he goes, people don't see me as people, they see me as machines. Dude, car wash dudes are taking a lot of heat.
Well, they literally, this is just a thing you drive through. You don't talk to anybody or.
That's so funny that I called that type of wash,
yeah.
Dude, because we're just a machine wash.
Yeah, they're not the hand wash place. But
that makes sense. It's express wash.
Hey, those are important too.
You know what, though? I have noticed when people get a car wash, they expect a new car. Coming out. No, you're getting a wash.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's cleaner. It's not going to be brand new. But
yeah.
I mean, if there's scratches and stuff, that's messed up. But
I go, there's this long one that you can just drive, you sit in and it drives you through by my house.
That's a good place to journal.
And I'm paying $15 or whatever, $18. It's a lot, but I don't have to do it.
Yeah,
I don't have to get a bucket and a hose out.
Yeah. My dad used to make me wash his car. He'd come home on Friday, go wash my car now.
I used to do it all the time.
Yeah, my dad really got into these sprays. He got sold on some sprays called like Xenos. And he had like Z5 through 8, and each one did a different thing. And he'd come home and he'd be like, today I want Z3, 4, and 8. And it was just different layers. So you'd get it wet with soap and water. Then you'd apply another coat, let it dry. It took me like 2 hours to wash his car. So I'm like, I'm not washing any more cars, dude.
Yeah. It's
how about one of these things is P1? That's me taking a leak on yours, dude. How about that?
There was a thing that we used to attach to the hose that had like a filter on it. So when you were rinsing, it would be a different quality of water, and then it wouldn't be.
That's smart.
Come right off. Yeah, but that's.
Well, you don't want the hard water.
It's all. I don't want to do it.
No,
I'd rather pay. And
car wash guy's the best.
If I'm going to pay, at least I got this nice long one where it's giving you several coats of stuff and several brushes, and it's like.
Yeah, I park under trees now, so I do get the wax. I spring a little extra for a little wet layer of wax on mine now.
Yeah.
You got to take care of your car.
You got to have the time for that at the hand wash place for a guy to actually wax your car.
You know what's nice is my new place is bio car wash, and I'll drop it off and just go home.
Oh, that's
and then
good.
It's so sick. So I want to become boys with the guys there.
That's great.
Well, dude, I'm fired up. Let's go. Car wash guys, massive. We got to give it up to these guys, dude. Taking flack, people calling for opposite reasons, which I get. But spreading some stoke, and I'm going to leave a review as Strider on there, and I'm going to post it. Fired up, dude. Aaron, you're a beast. Enjoy the holiday weekend. Hey, after this, it will be this episode will come out right after Memorial Day. So, thank you to all the soldiers who have fallen and doing what they do to make sure we get these wonderful liberties that we have here. So, fired up on that, and freaking stay stoked. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Late.